Good morning again. As I mentioned, I was going to get this started so we can go forward and explain what exactly has happened. As you know, Bishop Persico this past week has given permission for the churches to reopen for public Mass. That will begin on June the 1st, which is a Monday, so we'll have an opportunity to come together in prayer again. But there are stipulations that we must follow, protocols that have been put into place. So during this time, as the bishop requests this of us, we must then follow and do the best we can in order to come together and celebrate. The first protocol that we have is that there will be a requirement to wear masks while you're in church. So as you enter and as you are here during Mass the whole time, we will have masks available for you if you don't have them, or you're more than welcome to borrow some of the wonderful ones I have. And for all you Pitt fans, I would love to wear my Penn State mask during the Mass as we gather. So please know that although we're a little bit of an inconvenience, it gives all of us a sacrificial love for the people around us, that we don't share anything or don't receive anything from them, and we can be present. So that's the reason that we are asking that masks be worn. As you come into church, the hand sanitizers are in the gathering space, so we just ask you to wash your hands, to be ready to come in, basic hygiene that will help all of us during this time. We're also going to keep social distancing, which means that if you are not a member of the family or if the person you're with you did not come to church together with in the same car, we ask that you sit apart and not be close by each other. But if you did come in the same car or if you're in the same family, you're welcome to sit as you normally would for Mass. Because of this, and because the bishop has requested that we do every third pew to be open and two pews to be closed, our capacity is going to go down significantly. Here at St. Michael Church, we can hold about 600 people for a regular Mass. We now are going to be about 170 to 180 people at full capacity, at our maximum. So it may be difficult on Sunday to come here and to have everybody in here together. At St. Margaret's, the church can hold about 200, but with the capacity that we have in closing down 2/3 of the pews, we'll probably only be able to fit about 50 or 60 people. So these are concerns that we have before you. But I mentioned one thing that I should have said at first. Throughout this process, the dispensation from obligation to Sunday Mass is also in place. You do not have to come if you are not feeling well, if you are anxious about this right now, or if you're in a high-risk group. And the dispensation means there is no sin involved in missing Mass. If you want to watch it, we are going to continue to do the live streaming of 2 Masses, one Saturday night and one Sunday. So that will continue as well. So that is going to be a part of our celebrations, and you'll hear more about this from me during the upcoming week, because we want to best serve all of you as we can. Please remember, you do not have to come on Sunday. If you'd like to receive communion once during the week, come on Monday or Thursday or Friday, as all of the Masses will be the same. The obligation has been removed. It's just an opportunity for you to receive the Lord in the Holy Eucharist. So please consider those options as well. When we come to communion time here in the church, if you're here for Mass, we're going to be using the side aisles to approach for communion. Again, keeping that 6 feet distance from the person in front of you and the person behind. You'll come to the priest or deacon at the center who will give you the sacrament, and then return to your seats through the center aisle as you go back to your places. That will give us a normal flow. If you are coming to communion, we highly recommend that you receive in the hand, because of the fact that through the mouth we may have a transmission of something at that moment. So it is not required, but it is requested that you do so. So as you come forward to receive, you'll have your mask on, receive the Blessed Sacrament in your hand, walk to the side, remove your mask, place the host in your mouth, and then put the mask back on and go back to your seat. So we're going to be working through all of this, try to make it as easy as possible for all of you as we go through. Also, there will be no taking of a collection during the Mass because of the fact that we cannot have things passing from person to person, but there will be a basket in the back, and let me be completely honest, I'm extremely grateful to all of you who have sent in envelopes, who have helped the parish during this time of isolation. We still have the bills that we do, and we're very, very grateful for your sacrifice and sharing with us. It means a great deal. Also, there will not be music for the first weeks of Mass. If we do have music, it will only be the Mass parts, as all of the books have been removed from the church. so that we don't touch anything and can share any type of germs whatsoever. So all of the books have been removed. If you bring something with you, a prayer book, a rosary, or whatever, and you leave it in church, we will have to take it out and it'll have to be thrown away. I don't like doing that, but during the times, we have to be careful of all of that. So please, whatever you bring with you, take home as well. Also, something that should make you very happy, Masses are not to be any longer than 30 to 40 minutes. Homilies are to be very short. So the normal 5 minutes you get with me is now going to be 3 or maybe 2. So it'll give you an opportunity to realize that we're coming together just to simply be present with the Lord and to receive his body and blood. So we're very grateful for this opportunity. As I said, my plan is that we will have Mass here at St. Michael's on Monday, June the 1st. You'll get the full information about it during this week. But we don't want all 2,000 parishioners coming to that Mass that day. I don't like being the police saying, I'm sorry, we're filled to capacity. We're going to try to work through all of that as best we can. So please be patient and understanding. So I appreciate that. You may receive a survey this week asking you what day you're considering coming, and we will give that. It's not a registration. You're not formed to do it. It just gives us the opportunity to prepare greatly. So that's what we're going to be doing. Last night, there were a couple of questions brought forward about altar servers or readers or extraordinary ministers of the Eucharist. We're not going to have any ministries when we start up. No altar servers, no readers, no extraordinary ministers of the Eucharist. Communion will be passed out by myself and by one of our deacons who are present at that moment. So that will be coming, but we're not starting out that way. It'll be a slow start as we begin anew. Also, I was asked, can someone watch virtually on TV and then have communion brought to them in a communion service or taken home? Regretfully, at this time, no. We're not permitted to take the Eucharist home, so even if you have somebody at home and you bring a pyx with you, we cannot give you the Eucharist to go outside the building. It has to remain here, at least in the beginnings, so that we're safeguarding everything. Hopefully, I've answered most of the questions that I had here on my little notes. If you have any questions for me, I have my cell phone in front of me, and they will proceed up in front of me. I have to take off my glasses to read them, but if you do have any questions, this is the time. Type them in, and I'll try to answer them as best I can. We don't know the Mass times yet. That's still in process. We're not sure if doing all 4 Masses will be possible or advantageous at this time. All of that will come during this week, where we'll have the schedule out before all of you. We will also have, if we don't have Sunday Mass, we will have Masses on the evenings as well, so you can come even if you're working. But that schedule is not complete. It was not as easy as I thought it was going to be as I was putting it all together the other day. So we will get you that information on Mass times soon. We can use the other rooms for overflow, but they're very limited as well. Our large meeting room, where we've had a couple of small gatherings, can only hold 10 people. And that's a rather large room because of the 6 feet sitting across from each other. So that is a hard one. Using our small meeting room is probably even more limited. So yes, we can do things for overflow that we're going to be talking about, but right now we need to work those out as well. But yeah, we'll be talking about all of that. Well, I must be more clear than before. I really appreciate all of you being here, being a part of the celebration. And again, as we begin this new process of reopening, I'm thrilled to see all of you, to get back here as well. But if you are not feeling well, if you're part of being anxious, all of that will be something you need to take to heart. Even if you come to church, you do not have to come forward for communion if you feel like it isn't the right time. Use your best judgment. We want everyone to be well. If you have underlying conditions, we want you to do that as well. As Bishop Persico said, we have a number of priests in our diocese who are older, still serving. And we have them in remote areas like we do here in Greenville, where if I go down, if I'm sick, the next priest is 14 miles away. So when I ask you to do some of these things that you realize, I really don't like doing that, please realize your sacrifice is enabling me and others to continue to be healthy, and I appreciate it greatly. And I don't want to be that asymptomatic person who may still be sharing the virus with anyone. So that's the reason we're doing all of these protocols. So we appreciate that greatly, your understanding and your commitment throughout. Well, have a blessed Memorial Day weekend. It was great to talk with you, and I hope to see you all soon. Have a great day. God bless.